did too much bragging last time because I didn't do the last 2 monthly craft reports. I filmed one and then I started editing it and I was like, I don't like this, and I never refilmed it. And I also didn't have that much to talk about. And then in June, no, sorry, I'm doing June now. In May, I also didn't have much to talk about, and I was pretty busy with non-fun things. So I just completely skipped May. But now it's June, or now it's July, and I'm doing the craft report for everything I did in June, as well as I'm going to cover the stuff that I did in the 2 previous months, which not much. But I do have stuff. I have been very busy in June, and I have a lot of stuff that are crafty in a more abstract sense, not necessarily knitting, but that's fun, and I was feeling like I needed a bit of a change of variety. Also, I cut my hair and I got glasses. These glasses make me look like the teacher from Jimmy Neutron. I know. I got them refunded, but they didn't make me send them back. And I'm waiting on a new pair of glasses because now that I've had laser eye surgery, my eyes are much less intense and I can get glasses online like a regular ass person without having to do any crazy shenanigans at the glasses store. But it does still feel better for me to have them on because LASIK's giving me problems. This eye is not the same as this eye, and it feels really fuzzy and weird when I don't wear my glasses. So I am gonna wear my glasses. Honestly, I don't hate them that much, but I'll be happy when my new pair of glasses come in. Anyways, I've got a list here of all the stuff that I want to talk about. Also, I'm in a new place. This is my craft room. It's actually my office where I work, but I've done a lot of moving things around and making it nicer so that it can also be a craft room, which is one of the things I'm going to talk about. But I had to sit in a weird way for the light to be good so you can see my computer and shit, and it doesn't actually look that cute in here, but I'm going to show afterwards what we've got all around me. It's a nice little craft situation. So I don't think, because I never posted April's, I don't think I talked about this. The last thing I posted, I hadn't received my yarn yet from Grenoico, or I did, but I didn't show it. And I have since started, and I've been working very hard on a cardigan with the yarn. So that's my main knitting project, and I started that in April. I've been working on it April, May, June, now July. I'm not done. I'm not anywhere near done. It's gonna take me a long ass time. So the yarn I'm using for this one is pretty much everything I bought from Grenoico is fingering with a little bit of nylon in it, superwash, which is new to me. So I need to, I'm not sure how it's gonna, whatever it's tangled up, act when it's blocked out, but it's this beautiful violet opal colorway that has these flecks of like swampy green and teal green inside of it, and every once in a while a little fleck of red. I really like it. And this is the color that I saw on their Instagram, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm screwed. I'm gonna have to buy this yarn. So I have been working on a cardigan, and it's top down. I have this much. I have the sleeve holes. I have the back, and I just started my last buttonhole. This is brioche, which is part of why it's taking me so long. I've never done brioche before, so to do a brioche fingering full body garment was a bit ambitious, and I knew it was going to take me a long time, but God, it's taken me a long time, and I am bored of brioche. So I took a break. I didn't really work on it much in May and June, and I'm kind of getting back at it now. I actually ended up getting a Netflix subscription so that I could watch stuff while doing this because it's so mindless. And it's also kind of unwieldy to take around, so it doesn't get a lot of work done when I'm like in a work Zoom call or on public transport, because I am alternating balls of yarn to prevent like color differences that might naturally occur with hand-dyed yarn, which means that at any time there's 2 long balls of yarn attached to this. It's so squishy though. It's so squishy. And yeah, I am not in any rush to finish this. It's not exciting knit by any means, but it is like I've been wanting to make a solid color, perfectly exactly what I want squishy cardigan for the longest time. This pattern, I think I talked about this in the April recording that I never posted. This pattern is the Agnete cardigan by Petite Knit. And I want to say a disclaimer that I'm not generally a huge fan of Petite Knit, just because I kind of hate how every second knitting video is just like 5 patterns from Petite Knit. Like, there are so many talented designers out there, and yeah, I don't know, a lot of the times, honestly, I just like, I find it boring to just use the same designer that everybody else is doing. I really like to spend lots of time online looking through smaller pattern designers, but I really had a very specific thing that I wanted for this cardigan. I wanted it to be brioche. I wanted it to be a little bit cropped. I wanted the sleeves to be like a little bit baggy. I cannot stand if the sleeve is tight. I'm gonna have my sensory issues. I'm gonna freak out. This was just exactly what I wanted. So I'm trying a Petite Knit for the first time in my life. I will say the pattern is very well written. It's nice and clear. Yeah, so I don't know. I like to be a hater just because I like to be controversial, because I don't know. I think that's the ADHD thing. If everybody is doing one thing, I'm like, I don't want to do it. Even if there might be a reason why this person is popular, I refuse. But I'm doing it, and it's nice, and it's gonna be nice, and it's squishy. Oh, it smells good. It is, I really do love squishing this. I am a huge fan of brioche. It's my first brioche pattern, and I'm gonna do lots more after this. Especially I really like the way the 2-color brioche looks. That'll be a next challenge. But brioche was definitely one of the things that I wanted to try this year that I've never done before. So awesome. Getting a garment that I've really been meaning to knit for a long time, that's like going to be a staple, getting that done, and getting a technique that I wanted to try done. Awesome. We love it. So I'm going to be knitting that for a while. I probably will actually start a new project at some point so I can swap out. I don't expect this to be done before the fall. The next thing that I did, I had a little moment where I can't remember what I was doing, but I decided I wanted to pull out my chainmail box and do some chainmail jewelry. So I really quickly, I put this together in one evening. It's one of the, oh, there's a mistake here. Anyways, it's one of the patterns that I've done before, so I was pretty familiar with it. I didn't feel like doing anything super crazy or complicated. It was a necklace, but then I decided that it makes me look like a douchebag a little bit. So I took it off. Also, I took it apart. Also, I didn't have any proper clasps. I really need to buy just a pack of clasps. I didn't have any clasps, so I had literally like locked it to my neck with a jump ring, and then I said, I don't like this. So I took it apart. But I did do it. It was nice to get back into it. I went to the hardware store to get a big O-ring. And who knows, I might turn this into something else, or turn this into one of these necklaces that you can like pull on, maybe put a smaller jump ring on this side, maybe give it to someone who it matches their vibe a little bit more, or maybe I'll shorten it, because I do think for me the thing that I don't like is I don't like the length. I don't like how it hangs. I think I would like it a lot better if it was a bit tighter, or a lot tighter. So that was it. But I did chainmail, and I really like chainmail. It's really fun. It's really satisfying. It's hard. It's challenging. It can be really frustrating. Like I'll try to do a new pattern. I did find a YouTube channel that I really like that I want to follow along with. But like if you're trying to hold the chains and they're slipping and sliding and you don't understand where they're putting, like what hole they're putting it through, it can be frustrating. And that's a good thing for me. I need to be challenged a little bit. So hopefully there's a bit more of that in the future. Also, I don't love the jump rings that I have. These are, I didn't want to invest too much money in when I started this, but I think it might be time to get some clasps and some nicer, heavier jump rings. The next thing is Zoombini. So Zoombini is no longer with us. She ran away. Zoombini was a jumping spider that I found in my craft supplies while I was cleaning up the room. And I've been thinking about getting a pet jumping spider or pet tarantula for a long time. I am scared of spiders, but I think jumping spiders, first of all, are extremely adorable. This is what they look like. And I also don't find tarantulas very scary because they're fuzzy. They're like little teddy bears. So I was thinking, you know, it would be a good sort of exposure therapy thing to have some spiders as pets, take care of them, yada yada yada. And for jumping spiders, this is not true for most like exotic pets, but for jumping spiders, like you can wild catch a jumping spider that's on the side of your house and just give it a nice little enclosure and it will be happy and it's not problematic, which is cool. Because I, you know, have thoughts about exotic pet breeding, but anyways, he was just hanging out, or she was just hanging out. So I made her a little case. I caught her some fruit flies. I had her for about a week. I did order a terrarium from tarantulacribs.com, as well as a fruit fly culture, which I have over there. But the terrarium hasn't shipped yet, which I'm not too happy about. It's been like over a week. And so I was using this makeshift cage or enclosure that I made, and I do think she escaped when I was trying to feed her. I pulled it apart. I checked over all the little leaves and leaf litter. This was nicer before. It was like all glued to the top. There's no little dead spider body in here, so I'm pretty sure I didn't kill her. I'm pretty sure she just snuck away back into the room where she came from. So I hope she's having fun. However, I did get a bit more than I bargained for. She did lay some eggs. I thought she was molting. She like cocooned herself up for a couple of days and I was like, oh, she's molting, blah, 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 because it's not an adult. It was quite a little baby. We got a little egg sac here, which is gross. I do not like that. I don't like that, but I'm being brave. I wanted exposure therapy. I'm getting exposure therapy. There's a very good chance that these are not fertile, so maybe they won't hatch, but if they do hatch, I'm going to take care of them. Maybe keep one or two and release the rest into a nice garden. So I'm keeping this enclosure humidified, but I didn't make this enclosure. I went to the dollar store, got a bunch of stuff, got some drill bits, and I was quite happy with it. There's like cross ventilation on every side. That's really important. We got a bunch of my sticks. These are not sticks that I grabbed from outside. These are sticks that I've had in my house for years from Gaspé. They're really nicely worn down from the ocean, and I know there's no like mites or anything on them because they've been in here for so long, so they're safe. Also some little rocks and shells that I've had in here, and some leaves from one of my dead plants. I kind of crazy glued and hot glued them all over the enclosure, and it was really cute. And then I took it apart because I was trying to make sure she wasn't dead or hurt or anything, but she's no longer there. She's turning around. So that was really fun. I have, at some point, my enclosure will get here. It's really cute. It's like a translucent, what is that, Pyrex? I don't know. It's acrylic. It's like a little house with a little rooftop, and like the top half comes off because jumping spiders will create their web at the top of whatever enclosure they're in, so you don't want to disturb it with a lid that opens at the top, which is why this guy is set up to open at the bottom. And as you can see, it doesn't close very well, which is probably why she got away. So I probably will at some point get another jumping spider, maybe from Tarantula Canada, which is a store in Laval. We'll see. Or maybe if these babies hatch, maybe one of those guys. But it is really fun to like build the little enclosure for them. Lots of people do 3D printing or little clay sculptures. There's little felted cocoons that you can buy. There's some enclosures that people have set up to make it look like little rooms with like little vanities and stuff. It's just really cute. It's really fun. And it seems like you can keep jumping spiders and like keep them fairly happy, because you know I'm always like, I feel like a lot of exotic pets are recommended to be kept in enclosures that feel kind of small for them, as well as like there's a lot of like thought that lizards and reptiles and invertebrates like aren't as smart or don't need as much enrichment as like mammal pets, and I'm not super well researched on that, but that doesn't sit right for me. Like all animals benefit from enrichment, but jumping spiders is really fun and easy to make their cage a really like enriched, fun place to be. So I feel good about that, and I will be getting another jumping spider at some point in the future. I also have, because I ordered a culture of fruit flies, which is just a big tub of fruit flies, and I have them now. I'm gonna see if anyone on Facebook Marketplace wants them. They are flightless fruit flies, which makes it easier for the baby jumping spiders to catch them. So at least if I accidentally let one or two out, they won't go flying around. I can just catch them and squish them. Sorry, but fruit flies are the bane of my existence. No, they're not. Moths are the bane of my existence. Fruit flies are really not. I would take fruit flies over moths any day. Anyways, that's Zoombini. Her name was Zoombini. It was either that or Goreclaw. So yeah, that's it for physical things that I've been working on. Well, like physical that I can show you. The other things I've been doing is I've been working really hard on my house and making it nicer, especially the craft room here. And I have been working on my community garden plot. So for the house, I'm really proud of myself. I've really been trying to declutter and get rid of a lot of the furniture that I've taken in over the years that just like, it's from the street, you know, I scavenged it. I thought it was great at the time, but like I'm really feeling a bit claustrophobic and feeling like I have too much stuff and I have so much storage space that it's enabling me to have too much stuff, and I'm having trouble taking care of too much stuff. Cough, cough, moths that are always fighting me and coming back no matter what I do. So I've really been downsizing, and I've moved things around a lot. I've made this room really more like streamlined and where I actually want to sit down and do stuff. I've also made the kitchen a lot easier to navigate. Basically, I took my kitchen table, I brought it in here. It's now my craft table. I got a much smaller kitchen from my parents. It's a little round table that my grandfather made. That's in there. There was this IKEA long piece of furniture that was sitting next to my desk that I was using as my sewing table, but it was like really not comfortable to work at. So I moved that into the kitchen next to the table, so it's a bit of storage space, because really I just used to use this table as like, I would just dump things on top of it. So now I have a small table for eating and cooking and whatever, and then some actual storage space for like my collection of tablecloths and all that stuff. So that's really good. I'm really happy about that. And then I moved 2 of my storage cabinets / wardrobes into here to keep all my craft supplies in this room, which freed up a lot of space over there. Basically, I had a really big armoire that I had taken off the side of the street a couple of years ago and almost killed myself getting it into my house, and it didn't close. It was missing one of the mirrors. It was really big. I just really didn't need it. I was using it to hang up all of my clothes that needed to be hung. So I got rid of that. It's on my balcony right now, waiting to be taken out when on the big garbage day. I cleared out my closet a little bit, like my actual closet, so that now I can hang those things in my closet. And I got a new, not new, but like off Facebook Marketplace, a new piece of furniture to hold all my clothes that don't get hung up, everything that needs to go in drawers, my shorts, my pants, my accessories, my stockings, my socks, my underwear, all of that, because I had that in a really small but really gorgeous piece of furniture that wasn't cutting it for me. There wasn't enough space in that piece of furniture, and so everything was always spilling out. So I have a new piece of furniture in my living room / bedroom. I've moved it around so I can access my closet better, so that I can actually use my closet. And that smaller wardrobe is now in here, acting as craft storage. So I have 6 drawers and a big sort of cubby space of craft storage, and I am not allowed any other crafts. It has to fit in there, and I'm not yet quite following it because I'm still downsizing, but I'm getting there. Yeah, so that it doesn't mean I have a cabinet on the other end of my house near my cat litter that's full of random fabric that I'm waiting to do something with one day. No more. I have given a lot of stuff to the secondhand store. I've just thrown out a lot of stuff that's truly just scrap that cannot be salvaged. And I'm feeling really good about it. I was not supposed to get more stuff, but there was one person giving away a big bag of fabric on Facebook Marketplace for not giving away. It was $50. But it was a lot of stuff, and there were a couple of things in there that I needed to have. This gorgeous vintage fabric. I'll put a picture up right here now because it's behind the camera. I can't get it without moving the camera around. This gorgeous piece of fabric that to me honestly was worth the $50. I have been looking for this fabric. I have seen things made in this fabric. I'm in love with it, and now I'm trying to find the perfect dress pattern for it. But also within there were a couple of really cute curtains that were like ready to go. So I have a new curtain up on this window instead of just having like a piece of scrap fabric, and it looks really cute, and it really makes the whole room look great. And behind the camera on the taller dresser I have here, all of my plants now live here. My big monstera is super happy right next to the window. I'm really happy with how it's coming along. Yeah, it's a bit messy right now because I was doing crafts, and that's what we're here to do. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. Really happy with how it's coming along. Feeling good about getting rid of some stuff and like being a little bit lighter. I still have tons of fabric. I actually have more fabric than yarn at this point because I've been really good about not buying more yarn and using my stash, but I have a lot of fabric. And I've been itching to start sewing again. And now that I have the setup, I think I will. But my fabric still needs a bit of downsizing. There is a bucket under there full of fabric, which breaks my rules, but we're working on it. So the last thing that I've been working on is my garden. So I got a garden plot, finally. I've been waiting for... Did I take my cookies out? Oh shit! I forgot I was making cookies and I burnt anyways, it was just a batch of like Kraft peanut butter cookies, so I can do them again. We're going on a picnic tomorrow at the Eco Museum with Simon's niece and nephew. So yeah, my garden. I've been waiting for like 4 years on the Verdun community garden list, and I finally got one. There was a bit of confusion at first because I was contacted in February. I got really excited and I didn't hear anything from them for like 2-3 months, and so I thought I was mistaken and wasn't getting a garden plot. And then at the end of May, I was contacted again, and it was like, you can have your garden. You have to start by June 1st. So I had like 1 week to scramble. This plot is 12 by 12 feet. That's very big. And it was like weeds up until here, the entire thing. So we started by just cultivating literally a quarter of it. And because we were rushed and they were like, you need to have something in the ground by June 1st, or maybe we'll take away your garden, I was panicking. So we put some tomato plants from Simon's mom directly into the ground, even though the ground is very like tough and clayey, even after working it. And surprise, surprise, the tomato plants were not happy. Nothing we planted was happy. So we've been working at it more and more. My mom's been helping me. We have, and talking to my neighbors in the garden as well. They all say like, yeah, the land is too waterlogged. You need to build up. You either need to build boxes or make those little mountain rows. So we're doing mountain rows. Almost everything has been replanted into a mountain row or has died. We now have beans, peas, tomatoes, zucchini, butternut squash, 2 rhubarbs, which I'm really hoping next year will pop off, and some eggplant. That's all for now. I'm definitely going to plant a big batch of garlic in the fall. And like it's really, this year is really just a prep year, honestly. Like next year it'll be ready and we can start earlier, and I'll know, so I'll plan ahead and make a lot of seedlings. And yeah, I'm just really, it's really great. It's a 15-minute bike ride away, so it's like getting me to exercise, and it just really feels good to like have my hands in the dirt. So to me, that's a creative project, 100%, absolutely. There's also lots of people who have really cute like trellises, and just like planning the setup and planning what plants to put in there is really, really fun. I need to have an amount of like pollinator friendly local plants. So we've got a bunch of lilies in the front, but I want to diversify that for next year and have a bunch of yarrow. Maybe I don't know what it's called in English, but it's like Agastache fenoi. Yeah, just a motherwort maybe. I don't know. Anyways, it's been really great. I'll put some pictures of it up, and yeah, soon we will have our first couple of harvests. I think probably of beans. It's like, if I compare mine to anyone else's around me, it's really sad. My tomatoes are like, and my neighbors are like that, but it's not a race, you know. We're learning, we're gonna do better next year, and yeah, it's not a competition. It's really just growing some stuff. So that's it for June. Yeah, that's it. This is the halfway mark for my yearly thing. I am not considering it a failure. We are not being set back by the fact that I missed 2 months. I don't care. I did 4 out of 6. Yeah, I did 4 out of 6. That's great. We're gonna keep going. And I summarized everything I did in the previous 2 months anyways, so it's not like I'm gonna forget anything in terms of like my wanting to have this be like a history of what I've done over the years. So that's it. Thank you.